Welcome to our quick review for the system 3Dimension. 3Dimension, when you start your application, the interface it will be in French. Now I will change it to English. As you see, the interface has become in English. To change into Français again, you can press Français and you will find the application, it is in Français. Because this presentation it will be in English, I will choose English. First, 3Dimension. This is a big system, manage both of commercial activities and industrial activities. For purchasing, sales, financial, inventory control, fixed assets, security system, HR, production, maintenance. And also has many functions. We will speak later. First, why we called this system 3Dimensions. Professional, because we are professional. Support, because it supports ISO system. Quality, because this application is in high quality. As you see, the application contains many modules, purchasing, and this is a linked program to purchasing, just only called suppliers. It's minimum mini program of the purchasing, sales, clients. Also, it is a linked program, financial. This is concerned about any cash transaction inside your factory or your enterprise. Human resources, for evaluation your staff, registering salaries, everything here in human resources. Inventory control, production, maintenance. You can set plans of maintenance here and follow it. And also you can register the brokens of your machines. Fixed assets, this is for purchasing assets or sales assets. Security system register everything in or out of the factory. For example, the security man, he will register the presence and the depart of your staff. Also, he can register visitors to your factory and the purpose of the visitors. He can register the cars or the trucks enter and outside. All this, it is supported by photos, the security system. Like maintenance also is supported by photos. HR also is supported by photos. This is a quick review for program 3Dimensions, and later we will take module by module for more explanation. Now we are going to browse the purchasing application. You can activate by clicking here, or you can press F2, the function key F2. Here you can change the language. Now the language, it is English. You can change it to Français, or you can come back to English again. First, when you open purchasing application, you will find this text. The first text 7, it tells you which payments you should pay to your suppliers through 7 days, through 1 week. I click here, and also of course if I want to, for example, through 10 days, it will show me there is 11 payments you should pay. Here it will give you the amount, the due date, and the days left to the due date. Here, as you see, the days are in negative, so means that the due date or the payment date has been left. The other text, it is reorder point. Reorder point, it means which items you should purchase or produce again. When the balance is under reorder point or equal to reorder point, you must produce it or you must purchase it. And also he give it to you the cost of the items you should purchase. Of course, there is 21 items, and here show it to you 21 items. Let us browse the main functions of purchasing. I will not show all you, but I will show you summary, and because the purpose of this video is just only to give you the main functions of the purchasing department. We have purchasing order, we have purchasing invoice, we have returned invoice, and you can search for invoice, purchasing invoice, or returning purchasing invoice. Purchasing order, it is optional. You can prepare a purchasing order before you issue purchasing invoice. Purchasing order, let us see that. Purchasing order contain a system to evaluate your suppliers. Evaluation process depend on delivery match, items description match, quantity match, prices match. And this is evaluation be run automatically, or you can edit and change the automation according to some factors you have seen. How we prepare a purchasing order? It's very simple. Just only click like this, and I choose my supplier, and I begin to write the items. I can enter the items by name, by user code, by barcode, if you like. Here, barcode or username, you can write, for example, or you can write the name, for example. Here, LPO 110, just only I have on my system item called LPO 110. So it is entered directly. But if I write something like this, T, press enter, he will show me all the items contain word T, and you can choose, of course. If I wanted to remove these items, just only I can highlight like this and press remove. I will remove just only this item. Here now, the quantity, its unit, it is the piece. But if I write these quantities in carton, for example like this, and I wanted to change to piece, just only click like this. Also, this is the prices. If I want to ask the program what is the supplier prices and the discount for this item, I can press like this, and he will give it to me. This item has a price. This is the last price from CSIP using, and this is the discount I got from my supplier. But here I did not get any discount. If I wanted to put another discount, I can write like this. For example, if I write the discount like this, 10 plus 5 equal 14.5. If I want this price in net price, I do not want to show a discount column. I can say that net prices. Now it is in net prices. If I wanted to add a tax to this price, I can press and he will add the price, the tax. Here's the tax, it is calculated 8.5. This is from the general settings. You can say the tax equal 8.5. Now I will say review. If these items, for example, it will enter to store another store. For example, like this, store 103. He will enter for use the code 103 for this store. Now I will say review. If I wanted to enter another discount, I can write like this 2%, or I can write the amount. Like this. Taxes 0 because we added on the price, and we will say review, save, it will be saved. This purchasing order has no effect on your stores or on supplier account, just only order, and you can print and send it to your supplier. If I wanted to make invoice from this purchasing order, all I to do, it is write the purchasing order, this is not purchasing order we choose. Yes, this is the order I choose. And I can say review, save. Or I can edit here the quantity, or I can edit the store. Maybe it will not enter to the store 103. It will enter to the store 104, for example. And I can change the prices, I can change the discounts, everything. If it is not matching with your purchasing order, say review, save, and it will be saved. And this item, it will be entered to the store 104. If you want to be sure, we can close invoice application, or we can work from here from products, and I will say store 110 all products. As you see, the items, the balance has been changed. What we can do also in invoice, in purchasing invoice, for example, if I choose CSP using and I ask it for information, it will give you information about your suppliers. This is the current balance and it is credit, and this is the credit limit 20 million. And here you can make many things like statement, your supplier statement. For example, I will ask him to give me a supplier statement for this month, and you can browse. This is the invoice purchasing. If I wanted to know this invoice which items contain or the details of invoice, I can double click on this. Also, you can make a payments from here. Payments, I will say new. You will put CSP using. You can write any remarks you like, and you can say I will pay 1 million. You can put 1000 separator, or you can write directly 1 million, and you can choose which account you will pay from your treasury or from bank accounts, if you like, from bank accounts like this. Review, save the bank accounts. Now the balance has been reduced with 1 million, and the balance of your supplier has been reduced 1 million. Also, I can make a discount on my balance. Now my balance, it is like this. I can write, for example, I took a discount or a bonus from my supplier like this. Review, save, it is saved. As you see, the balance has been refreshed. You can change also the open balance. If the open balance you entered before any transaction for that supplier, you can change it from here. Also, you can see a balance report for your suppliers like this. If you wanted to see a statement, you can see a statement. Just only press F2 and you choose the supplier. For example, I'll choose this supplier and I will take the period on all period, run. You will show me the supplier statement. Sales application. Sales application is similar than purchasing application, just only a few differences. We will browse these differences. This number, like purchasing application, in purchasing application express about the payments you should pay through 1 week. Here the collections of your clients you should collect from your clients. Also, there is a sale order and sale invoice. You can make sale order and then later you can make sale invoice from the sale order, or you can directly make sale invoice. This is also the same in purchasing application. We will choose sale order first. I will say new. Here in client list you will find a client called cash client. This is an unknown client to you, and when you make invoice, sale invoice from this cash client, it will be directly entered to your cash account. It will be cash. But for the other clients, it will be a credit by credit, and later you can make a collection. We will choose first cash client, and as purchasing application you can enter by name, by product name, or barcode or user code as you like. Here I write elbow 110, T 110, and I can choose the store 104, for example. Here you see this is the balance in store number 101. If I go to 104, he will show you the balance for this store. Also, you can change the cash client name temporary. This name is temporary. For example, information, I can write here the name, for example, Mudu Abdul Rahman, and you can write the mobile number, for example, and say save. Also, you must know something. The cash client has another price than the wholesale client to you. For example, this prices in retail prices. If I wanted to sell to this client on wholesale, I can say fill products price. You see this is the price in wholesale. Here the prices in retail. I will say, for example, I will here sell 8 pieces, here 10 pieces. I'll say review, save. It's saved, and you can print the sale order. This sale order, it is number 13. If you wanted to make from it invoice, sale invoice, and here write SO 13, and it will show you everything. By the way, when you say save, this the sum value of the invoice will enter to your cash account here, as you see. Of course, you can change the cash account as you like. Chase treasury, this is another treasury you have, or you can make it on Chorus Bank, for example. I will say save, and you will find that the balance of cash account has been changed, increased. You can print the invoice as you wish. If we wanted to make invoice to a client defined on our system, this is a wholesale client, for example, I don't have to do a first sale order, but I can make it sale invoice directly. I will choose my client. I can write any remarks here. You can enter like this. And also I can choose products if I wanted to browse, for example, polyethylene products, all items. And I will write, for example, this is 10 carton, 8 carton, this is 20 carton, 20, and I will say it changed to unit 1. This is means the piece, like this. And after that, if there is items has no prices, you can write the prices here. If you see here, this is the retail prices. I can set to a wholesale prices, and I will write the prices for these pieces, for example. If I wanted to put discount, I can write a discount directly, like this. Say review, save. If I want to make a collections from my client, I can do like this. $5 million SIFA. Into bank account, say review, save. After I press save, you will see that the balance of the Coris Bank has been increased and the balance of the client, it will be decreased. If I want to make a discount, I can make a discount like this. For example, this client is very good and I will give him a discount like this. His balance become 10 million. If you wanted to see a statement, you can see a statement from here. This all transaction through this period. Of course, you can see the balances of your clients. You can see the statement for any supplier. For example, press F2 and choose the client, choose the period, as you see, run, just only open balance. It has no transaction. We can use another one. And you can browse also the invoice. This is the invoices of sales, like this, if you wanted to see. Also, sales department has many functions, but I show you the main. The reports, there is many reports, as you see. Inventory control. Inventory control is concerned with products in and out, or items, any items in and out. First, when you use this program, you must enter the open balances for your stores. Here is the form we are using to enter the open balances. First, you must choose the store which you will edit its open balance. For example, production store, and I will see product, for example, and the subgroups, and I will say show all subgroups. First, I will say edit, and I can write here the quantity. If I wanted to calculate the cost, for example, the purchasing discount on this item, it is 10%, and this is the price of purchasing. You just only press here and you'll find this is the cost. After that, you can press save and it will be saved. If I made a purchasing invoice or a sale invoice or return purchasing invoice, and I checked mark that invoice will not be saved in two stores, like this. Let us see example. Sales form. I will make sale invoice directly. I will say like this, and I will choose my client. And I will write the quantities here. And I say review. Before I press save. I will choose the check mark not to save this invoice into store. So he will not create for you a store document. Now this invoice number, it is 18. I will go to inventory control, choose sale invoice, and I will write here 18. This is the invoice. I can say review, save, it will be saved directly. Or I can search for any invoice not entered to the stores, like this or like this. Any invoice can be can have more than one store document. And for example, this invoice was saved before, and we will create another document for a store. This invoice has two store documents because the items got out on 2 times. Also, we have what we said here in sale invoice. It is applied here and here and here. Now this is quantity N for material, for package material. It's the same idea. Production N, spare parts, samples N. Transfer, this is to transfer from store to store. For example, new, I will say this store, for example, production store, and I can choose the storekeeper responsible for this store, and I will see here Serengei, and I will change, I will transfer the items from this store to this store. Now I will say view products, and I will transfer just only here 76.93, review, save, it will be saved. Also, we have inventory control. Inventory control usually made on the end of the year. You will review your products and items in stores and compare between balance on computer and the actual balance which you found in your store. For example, you will say new. I will choose this store to make inventory control. We'll say product list, all products, and we will add all these products which I have reviewed, and I will write here the actual quantity. I will say review. As you see, this item is extra, this item is deficiency, this item is extra. Say save, it will be saved, and now the balance on your computer, it will become like the actual balance. Also, the store manager can make production order if he like. He will tell production to just only produce these items. Also, we can see the balances on our system. For example, I will choose this store. So I will move the check. Now I want my report on production store, and I will choose the main group PVC products, and I will say I want just only balance for this main group PVC products, as you see. All balances, I will say yes. Okay, he will show me all the balances. Of course, you can ask him to show you the balances greater than 0, or the balances equal 0, or the negative balances if you have, or you want to show the balances in a specific date. Here also the item card. For example, I will choose the product. This is LP110. As you see, this is the transaction through this period. For example, if you wanted to choose the transaction for this month just only, you can see this is the open balance, this is quantity in, quantity out, closing transaction. And also you can filter on a specific transaction. For example, purchasing, you will show all purchasing for these items. This is just only a small idea about our inventory control. Here are many reports like reorder point. We see that before. And this report can be exported to PDF or Excel, just only to send to someone. And this is cycle rate. We wanted to know what is the items are very quickly consumed or are very quickly sold, like this. This is the cycle rate, open, close. This is the average balance for the open and the close. This is the sales. This is the turnover, the cycle rate. This is the period storage. This item stay on store for 180 days. This was a small idea about stores, but there are many in our program. The idea is to give you an idea about the application 3Dimension. Financial. Financial is responsible for any cash transaction, like cash deposit. You can transfer money from your treasury to a bank account, for example, or from bank account to another bank account. Let's see how we can do that. New, I will take from the car treasury, I will take some value, for example 469,885 to, for example, Bank of Africa, which its balance is 0 now. I say save. It's saved, and here the balance has been reduced, and here the balance has been increased. Also, for expenses. Expenses is categorized to administrative expenses, which also called general expenses, sales expenses, purchasing expenses, operation expenses. All is the same. We will take something like this. Sales expenses, I will say new. For example, if I give my sales department commissions, I can write like this, for example, and I will choose the name, for example, Mahmoud Ba, and the other name, for example, Dawood Diouf, and I will write here the commission, for example, I will say review, save. As you see, the balance of your treasury has been reduced. Also, there is, for example, loans for your staff or consignment for your staff. If you give someone of your staff money to purchase something, you can register here the consignment, and when he come back, you can make a reverse entry. We'll choose loans because it's the same. Miscellaneous accounts, also investor partners, all the same form. We'll see the loans. I will say new. I will choose, for example, sales department. I will choose this Mahmoud Ba. Mahmoud Ba, his balance of loans is 0. You can write here, for example, 50,000 francs. You paid for him 50,000, for example, and you say save. It has been saved. If you go to another one, for example, this Mustafa Diouf has been taken before a loans. If you wanted to see a statement to him, you can write, of course, the date here. Wow, he took 150,000 just only. But if he want paid, for example, 50,000 SIFA, I can say new, and I will write here 50,000, and I will say loan reverse entry. It means that he paid you 50,000 under the account, a loan account for him. After you press save, you will see the balance of the treasury account. It will be 8,500,000. And his balance has reduced with 50,000, and the balance of the treasury has been increased. If you like to see the statement again, you can see the statement. He paid you 50,000. Also, there is investors for deposit and withdraw. It's the same like loans. Partners withdraw and partners deposit. It's the same form. Nothing changed. Also, there is a system for checks. Collected checks. This is the checks coming from your clients, and this is checks issued to your suppliers. For example, I will say collected checks like this. I will say new. Here I will press F2 to choose the client, for example. Syrian Sanitary, okay. And I will write the check number, for example. And I will write the value of the check, for example. This is a check with 2 million SIFA. And the due date on that date. And this is a check on Coris Bank, Agricole Bank, as you like. And you can write the bank if it is not here on the list. Like this, Africa Bank. If you want to write remarks, you can write remarks. See review, save. Here you'll see the balance of your client has not been infected, because the check, it is just only a paper, but when you collect this money, the balance will be reduced. Come to see that. Collected checks processing. I will choose checks under collections. This is our check now. You can say add this checks collected to Coris bank account, for example, and you will say save. It's saved, and the check now has a value 0. You see the sum value of it, the check current value 0, original value it is 2 million SIFA. And if you wanted to see the balance of your client, for example, we can go to collections like this and see new. You see his balance has been reduced with 2 million SIFA. For your information, from general settings, we can set the checks. If you collect a check from a client, it will be treatment like a real collection or a false collection. Here I set as a false collection. I am waiting to be collected. Also, there is endorsed check when you have a customer check and you give it this check to one of your suppliers. Here are many reports you can see, but these are the main functions. Fixed assets. This application handles fixed assets management. First, let us browse the assets category. The assets category are buildings, lands, furniture, electric sets, vehicles, investments, expenses of incorporation, computers, machines, tools. And every group has a depreciate percentage. First, when you use this program, you need to enter open assets list. As you see, for example, I choose the branches which asset exists on that branch. Write serial number, for example. Choose the group, and when you choose the group, automatically he put for you depreciate rate, and he will add a text to the assets, and you can write the asset name or the model, for example. Here you write some fields: purchasing date, quantity, book value, and this is accumulative. This is the form for assets, open assets. Also, you will edit property rights like capital, reserves, previous year's profits, the year profits if there exist. And this is liabilities. The main functions of the program, it is to assets purchasing and asset sales, and also like an incorporation of expenditures or capital expenditure. We will see, for example, assets purchasing. You can say new. If you write to put a document number by your hand or choose automatically, and you can choose also the supplier of the assets always be in miscellaneous account. You can, for example, you can say like this, okay, this is it. You can write remarks. You can choose from the assets list, for example, you purchase, for example, computers, laptop, and laser printer, close. You can change the serial number or automatically, or you can edit the serial number which is found on the set. You can write here the price, for example, laptop, say review, save, it will be saved, and the Senegal IT will be credited by this value. Asset sales is similar to asset purchasing, just only you will choose from the existing assets. This is incorporation of expenditures, and it's very easy. New corporation expenses like fees, avocado fees, register fees. These expenses which is established on foundation creation. It is very easy, and it's similar to assets purchasing. Capital expenditures, I will say for example new, and I will say engine, and I will choose the assets which engine is added to, for example from vehicles like this, and you can write the value and say review, save, it will be saved directly. This is the capital expenditures. Okay, cancel. Also there is a depreciate. If you wanted to calculate depreciate, for example for vehicles, this is the vehicles, and this is depreciate has been calculated before. If you want to just only say new, and you begin to add a new one, and you will choose the period of depreciate. Here other accounts like partners, deposits, and withdraw, and this option also is found on financial section. Miscellaneous accounts also found in financial. Advanced accounts, due accounts. What is important is just only miscellaneous accounts. For example, I will say Senegal IT. If you see Senegal IT is credited with this value. If you wanted to see, for example, a statement for Senegal IT, you can press and you will find fixed asset purchasing here, as you see. This is for the price of the computer, laptop, and the laser printer. You can make payments from here, and payment you can choose from bank account or from your treasury. It's the same idea as we demonstrated before in financial. This is just only idea about fixed assets, and thank you for listening. System security. Security system is concerned with everything is in or out of the factory. For your stuff, there is a system for registering the time of presence, present, and the time of depart. of the factory. And if the employee or the worker, he has a tools with him or not. And it's very simple. He can write the code of the employee, which is given by the employee himself, or he can take from the categories like this and choose the step. For example, like this, and here recording. Here, for example, we recording the time to presence, and we will register the time of depart. Also, security system, he can register the temporary workers. If the factory he has a temporary workers, he can register here. Also, there is for assets in or out. As we mentioned before, this system is using photos, and you can see here we registered the last thing. It is a control panel which has no serial number. It was not registered, and it was out, and this is the date of out, and the person who got it out, and if there is a remarks, he can write the remarks. And also you can search, for example, if you wanted to search, for example, for motor, you must click like this motor, and you can click on date, for example. Your search or your criteria is for motor and on this date. Say find, you see there is two motors has been out, and this is the person is responsible. Also, the visits and the vehicles, you will see the vehicles in or out, and when it is out, he can register and write any remarks about this vehicle, like here vehicle number, vehicle type. There is vehicle type here: heavy truck, light truck, van, bus, private car, motorcycle, bicycle. Okay, this is the last one we registered, but registered in Francais. And here is the enter date, this is departure date, and this is the remarks. And if there is a document for a goods out or something like this, he can take a photo and register. Visits, this include official visits from government, for example, or someone will visit the factory to see someone inside the factory, or maybe someone visits the factory for repair something. You have here the type of the visit purpose: interview, inspection, meet someone, delivery, review, repair, watch. And you can write by your hand also the visit purpose, or you can add to the list. This is just only a small idea about the security system, and the reports is too much according to, for example, presence and which thing is out, so something like this, and the visits. You have many reports here. HR, human resources. This application is interested with human resources, and it contains many things, many forms. First of these forms, it is your stuff. You register your stuff data, like name, birth date, um, employee date. Of course, for example, the age is calculated automatically, and each day it will be changed. Employee date also. Job, his job in your company or in your factory. Experience, every language, certificate, courses. Of course, here you write the certificate's name, but here you will enter the certificates by photo. And also you can edit his salary. And if there is a bonus this month, for example, you can register the bonus, or you can register any punishment because he made a violation. This is the HR. Here is the certificates. For example, I will search for a certificate for someone. These are the certificates which is introduced by Ella Sambo. For example, like this. Here also it is evaluation of your staff for presence and depart. For example, I will take Ella Sambo like this, and I will take month July, and this is everything about her. Depart and time count, for example, 22, end time count 20, early count 1, overtime count 1, late count, and everything you see it is registered here. And this is by the way automatically calculated. Here بقى general evaluation. We will evaluate the employee according many things. For example, I will see for quarter 2, this is the degrees or marks she got Ella Sambu for presence and depart, for absence, for skills, for experience, learning, cooperation, tasks, creative, obey, leadership, responsibility. Of course, we can change these factors according to your nature of work. And this is the average final evaluation for her. This is the salary sheets. For example, you will choose the department to prepare the salaries. And for example, if I took July, say purchasing, you will find everything here. You will find, for example, vacations for here, presence, remarks, any remarks if you wanted to put, for example, punishment or something like this, or rewards or something. It is written in her file. This is rewards. The form for rewards is registered to the staff, and this is violations. For example, I will choose someone. Yes, this is Osman Diallo, and this is punished for example. Violation, work careless, disobedience, surprise, non-cooperative with his work mates, violation degree is grand or great, this is in French, and this violation is recommended by Osman Diouf, management 15 days discount, and also it is supported by pictures. Here a circumvt for candidate. If there is someone came to the company or to the factory and applied for a job, you can write all his data, language certificates and something like this, and you can also make documents copies for him. Documents copies, this means by photo. This is just only a quick review for the human resources. Also, before I finish, we can register shifts times. For example, for production, it's 3 shifts. This factory works 3 shifts, and this is the time, and this is the delay time allowed, and this is overtime can be calculated like this.